near Berlin. My number is 94.
Pretty good. Maybe top 5, which would be unbelievable for me.
His way to checkers in Phoenix.
Unbelievable feeling, you know.
Ken Roczen, here he comes, the rookie wins Anaheim.
We went, what, 20 moto wins out of 24, which is pretty impressive.
Moto number 2 here at Ironman.
Roczen, he will win main event number 1 at the Triple Crown in Glendale.
It's serious speed. He's the fastest guy.
In 2009, Ken Roczen started racing MXGP in the MX2 class at the age of only 15 years old, where he won his first ever MXGP at the MXGP of Germany. In 2009 season, Ken Roczen raced in only 5 Grand Prix and finished 8th in overall standings. So, we move on in 2000 season, in which he participated in all stages. German GP for Ken Roczen was special. Last year he won his first GP here, and in 2010 he finished second overall here, winning his second race. His main championship rival Marvin McQueen won the first race and finished second in the second race, leaving him first overall, with Roczen second and Zach Osborne third.
I mean, last year I got the victory, but I mean, it's the second place, it's the podium. I'm gonna race. I just want to show these guys how I can ride. And
now let's move on Latvia Grand Prix. I am not showing you all the Grand Prix due to the lack of the video, and I am showing the Grand Prix where there was a lot of action. The first race was unpredictable and very tense. The fight was between two KTM racing riders, Jeffrey Herlings and Marvin McQueen, and Suzuki rider Ken Roczen. Roczen rode third part of the race before passing Jeffrey Herlings for second, with just over 10 minutes to go. With 3 laps to go, a real battle between championship leader Marvin McQueen and Ken Roczen ensued. But Marvin McQueen won the duel. In the second race, there was a fight between the 3 riders again, but this time Marvin McQueen replaced by Steven Forsyth. Ken Roczen finished at third, Steven Forsyth was second, and Jeffrey Herlings won the second race like the entire Latvian stage, and Ken Roczen remained in second. Let's move on to the Brazilian Grand Prix. Before this stage, Marvin McQueen already had a lead of more than 70 points over Ken Roczen in the overall championship standings. So, Marvin no longer needed to take risks, but to finish the championship safely. And Ken Roczen proved at the age of 16 that he is the future of motocross, and we could see that all season long years. So, Ken Roczen finished in 7th place in the qualification race of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Sunday race was different. In the first race, Marvin McQueen won the start. Ken Roczen started second, but in the third lap of the race he passed Marvin McQueen and drove first. It seemed that Ken Roczen would finish like that, but in the 8th lap Marvin regained the first position, but for a short time. After 2 laps, Ken Roczen again made a lap and maintained his 20-second advantage over Marvin McQueen until the finish line. In the second race, the battle was again between Ken Roczen and Marvin McQueen. But with 6 laps to go, Ken Roczen passed Marvin McQueen to build an 18 seconds lead and win the Brazilian Grand Prix. It was the second Grand Prix win of the 2010 season for Ken Roczen.
the track was awesome. I mean, first race was pretty muddy, but it's technical and that's what I like. So dream becomes reality.
Congratulations, thank you.
Now let's move on to the last Grand Prix of the MXGP season, which took place in Italy. Marvin McQueen had already secured the championship title even before this race, so the stage didn't mean anything to him, but the fight with Ken Roczen played out, as it has so many times in the 2010 season. The MX2 qualifying race was won by Ken Roczen, 1 second ahead of Marvin McQueen. Qualifying showed that Sunday's race will be just as intense and the battle will again be between KTM and Team Suzuki. In the first race, Ken Roczen won the start and didn't give up his position for the whole race. Marvin McQueen was always close, but he couldn't overtake Ken Roczen. There was nothing to risk. So, Ken Roczen won the first race with a lead of 70 seconds over Marvin Musquin.
The final MX2 race of the 2010. Goche Paulin alongside each other. Lupino gets a good start as well. A lot of water go down as well, so it's going to be slippery.
Second race started with Marvin Musquin whole shot and Ken Roczen was second.
For a shot at fourth, certainly fifth in the champ. He's opened up a 3.7 second advantage over Ken Roczen as he comes under the Tecker Bridge. MX2
At the beginning of the race, Marvin Musquin managed to make a safe distance.
Found his rhythm and suddenly got to grips with
When you risk everything in the first 2 laps, then it can be over.
But in the 8th lap, Ken Roczen passed Marvin Musquin. Later, Marvin didn't finish the race due to the technical problems, and Ken Roczen celebrated a crushing victory in the last Grand Prix of the 2010 season.
Not quite getting over that completely. Well, look at that, Musquin on the brakes, checks Roczen down the inside. Whoever wins the moto wins the Grand Prix.
To wrap up the 2010 season, Marvin Musquin won 8 of 15 stages, Ken Roczen won 3, Jeffrey Herlings won 2, and Gautier Paulin and Steven Fossard won each.
The bike didn't break, then also in Sweden, I think, the bike also broke.
Well, let's move towards to the motocross destinations, the most exciting race in the world and the most anticipated.
MXGP is awesome. I mean, it's good to finish out good. I'm really happy about that and want to say thanks to my team.
Congratulations, thanks Ken.
Yeah, good day for Ken Roczen. Race 2, MX2 in the open class. Again, US Jake Nichols not finishing the first race. Trey Canard up the inside. Got problems going into turn 1. And it looked like Canard may have gone...
The motocross destinations took place in America at the Tundra Relay track. First race was MXGP class plus MX2 class, which means that in the first race, 4 50s and 2 50s class riders stood together at the starting line. The top 3 were Ryan Dungey, Antonio Cairoli, and Mikhail Brett, with Ken Roczen finished in 6th place. In the second race, the MX2 class and Open class lined up at the starting line. Ken Roczen was unstoppable in the second moto and even led part of the race on the 250s, but he was passed by Ben Townley and Kyle Regal at the end of the race, and Ken finished in 3rd place, which was incredible. Ken Roczen won the MX2 class and the German team finished 3rd overall, ahead of only the Belgians and Americans.
Usually Roczen opens up giant gaps early, so just the fact that Marshall's right behind him right now is a big step.